Welcome back to CBS Mornings. Millions of Americans returned to air travel last year after COVID nearly brought it to a halt. TSA workers screened more than 585 million passengers at airport checkpoints in 2021. Thousands of them were carrying something you shouldn't have at an airport, a loaded gun. Only on CBS Mornings, the TSA administrator spoke to Errol Barnett about this very disturbing trend. He's at Washington's Reagan National Airport right now with more on the story. Errol, I'm feeling a little nervous between COVID, the 5G threat, and now this latest report. Feeling some kind of way about getting on a plane, but good morning to you again.
I know it. Gayle, good morning. Well, we've got to inform our viewers here. The TSA tells CBS News nearly 6,000 firearms were intercepted at security checkpoints nationwide last year. And that completely crushed the previous record in 2019 by more than 1,500. And yes, indeed, an alarming number of these guns were loaded.
About 86% of those firearms are loaded. And that presents a significant both safety and security concern.
TSA Administrator David Pekoski is worried about the record increase in guns discovered at checkpoints last year, even as travel remained below pre-pandemic levels.
What's causing it, I don't know exactly, but generally I think our weapons carriage detections reflect just more people carrying weapons in the country.
Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson was at the top of the TSA's list. 507 firearms were detected in 2021, up from 323 in 2019. And this was the scene after a gun was found by a TSA officer last November when the suspect reached in and accidentally discharged his weapon, causing chaos at the world's busiest airport.
That illustrates why loaded weapons are so dangerous, because it's very easy to discharge those weapons. When that passenger lunged for the bag, he discharged that firearm into the checkpoint.
Dallas, Houston, Phoenix, and Nashville round out the top 5.
We know that there are a lot of new gun owners.
The National Shooting Sports Foundation, a firearm industry trade association which tracks background checks, says gun sales are up nationwide. In 2020, more than 8.4 million people bought a gun for the first time. And that year, a record 21 million background checks were conducted compared to more than 13 million the year before. Passengers can travel with the gun on an aircraft, but only safely and securely as checked luggage.
For those who do choose to travel with their firearm, understand that it is possible and there's a way to do that. Make sure that you're secure that firearm either in the proper travel bags that you can have, that you can go through TSA with, or you make sure it's locked up before you even leave the home.
Pekoski warns carrying a gun through a checkpoint will cost you.
Know that if you do have a weapon and it's detected in the checkpoint, it's first going to take you a lot more time. Secondly, there might be local law enforcement action. And third, we will follow up with a civil penalty action. So it's a very costly mistake to make.
Now that fine is nearly $14,000 in addition to whatever charges local police will bring, and you'll lose your TSA pre-check. All of that pretty costly for something that's absolutely preventable. And by the way, here at Reagan National, 30 guns were intercepted by TSA at the checkpoint here last year. Back to you all at the table.
Wow, that's sort of jaw-dropping, Errol Barnett, reporting from the airport.
But to reassure you, I think these people are not trying to get a gun on a plane. They're forgetting that they carry a gun all the time, and it's normal for them, and then they get caught with it.
But you know what that says? To me, it says that people are more concerned about their safety than ever before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the sales are crazy.
Yeah, sales are going up, and people have these guns, especially in these open carry states. It's unfortunate, scary stuff.
And then the big issue is if you fly from an open carry state to a non-open carry state, you land in New York City, for example, then you're in big trouble with the weapon.
Because the laws are different.
Yeah, very different laws.
So you both can see how people can forget that you have a gun?
Yeah.
You do? I don't know.
For some people, it's like a tool on their hip, like,
so they don't think about
a phone in their pocket.
No
yeah,
doubt
for
about
sure.
It. It's not the Wild Wild West, though.
No.
Glad that Errol did that report. Errol, thank you so much.